You're welcome back. You're still watching News Night from Nigeria's capital in Abuja. My name is Christian Ogodo. Thanks for staying with us. The Center for Justice and Rule of Law Development has faulted the compulsory retirement of the acting Chief Judge of Imo State, Justice Theophilus Nzeuku, by the National Judicial Council, NJC. President of the center, Eze Okafor, claims the NJC erred in law by retiring Nzeuku without trying and convicting him for committing an infraction. Okafor says the way the matter was handled by the NJC is unlawful. According to the Center for Justice, Nzeuku was appointed by the Imo State government following the sacking of the former Chief Judge of Imo State, Justice T. Chikeka, for alleged age falsification. The center had earlier petitioned the NJC over alleged age falsification by some judges in Imo State, for which the commission took punitive actions, suspending 9 of the judges, and the center said Nzeuku only accepted to act because the 2 senior judges ahead of him faced age falsification issues and the 3rd was indisposed. Eze Okafor is the President, Center for Justice and Rule of Law Development, and also a certified fraud examiner. He joins us now on Newsnight to discuss this developing issue in Imo State Judiciary. And very warm welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chris.
You started this, do you call it revolution ongoing in the Imo State Judiciary, age falsification, petition the NJC, and the NJC wielded the big stake, and 9 of the judges retired for, the accusation before it and the investigation they carried out. Why are you alarmed by Justice Theophilus' retirement for acting in a state where he was regarded as number 4 on the hierarchy of successors to becoming the chief judge of the state?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Chris. We must correct something here now. The Center for Rule of Law Development did not author any petition against any person, neither did they raise any alarm against anybody. I'm not aware of any petition.
So what is your, what's the interest here then?
The correct position is that Honorable Justice Nzeuku, who was compulsorily retired when some other judges were sanctioned for age falsification, did not falsify his age. That is the first point. On issue of petitioning to NJC for sack of judges, I may not be privy to that information, so it's not coming from us. So I want to straighten that area. Now, on issue of Justice Nzeuku, in all fairness to him, let's be fair to him, let's be fair to Imo State government, let's be fair to NJC. Under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 3rd schedule, paragraph 21, part 1. The NJC has the power to discipline judicial officers. Judicial officers, we know them, are judges of the courts of record, from the High Court to the Supreme Court. They have the power. However, in the case of my Lord Justice Nzeuku, NJC sacked Honorable Justice Teresa Chikeka, who was the then Chief Judge, for age falsification. There is gap, there is vacancy in that office. Pursuant to Section 271(4) of the Constitution, it empowers the governor of the state to appoint the most senior judge to take the place, to fill the vacancy. Now, the Judicial Service the JSC of Imo State looked at the record of all the judges in Imo State. Because of that lacuna, there are petitions by various groups This is what is, and on issue of petition, let me tell you what is happening. That was why I say I don't write petition against judges. I don't know about that. Let me tell you what is happening. There are some senior members of the bar and colleagues who have constituted themselves into a very toxic thing, whereby they hijack the judicial system in states, very senior members of the bar, and take over. And when things are not going the way they want, they create problems. That is where all these petitions come from. That is why we are surprised. I am a pro.
So what you're alleging right now is that the judicial system in Imo State has been hijacked.
No. I'm coming.
That's what you just
said
said now.
Let me finish. Let me finish. So when that happened, the governor, upon the recommendation of the, because if you look at that section 271(4), it didn't, no other body have any responsibility to perform there except that governor to appoint the most senior. Now, there are petitions against many judges. Number one, there is a petition against him. Number two, there's a petition against him. Number three, on health grant. Then number fourth person is then Justice Theophilus Nzuku, and they recommend
the first two judges, were they removed by NJC?
No, at that time.
Yes,
at
they
that
were
time,
not removed.
No, that is why I want you to allow me to finish.
You're going to drag the whole time. Just situate your point. Very briefly, please.
Now, when the governor appointed him, what he did was to write to NJC in line with that paragraph 21 of the third schedule of the Constitution, because the NJC advises governors and president on issue of judiciary. Now, after looking at that whole thing, NJC looked at the letter memo from the government and responded to the governor to appoint Honorable Justice Ijeoma Agogo, and the governor complied. Now, look at the crux now. On area of my Lord Justice Nzuku, we felt personally, as a person, I felt, this man did not present himself to be appointed. Had he been the governor removed a chief judge or an active chief judge and appointed him, it would have been a different. But in this case, he was in his house.
But NJC's recommendation was clear, or advice to the Imo State government. If you've removed number one, the chief judge, for age falsification and the disciplinary action, what happened to the second in command, who automatically...
The problem at that time...
Wait, who automatically should have been recommended to that position? What happened?
No, the problem at that time was that there are petitions at NJC.
Yes, at the petition, were they suspended? Was the second highest person to the position of chief judge suspended by NJC then?
No, the problem...
No. So then why jump the gun?
Yes, no.
What are you canvassing for now?
No. The problem is from the Judicial Service Committee of the state, JSC.
All right.
Get it? They are the people that recommended. The governor is not a member of the Imo State Judiciary. Get the point? He don't know these people. He don't know who is who. They recommended. So the blame should go to the JSC and not to the governor.
So the governor did not do his due diligence to know the hierarchy of succession. The hierarchy of succession in the judiciary. It's a constitutional
due diligence. How best can a governor do diligence?
By knowing the hierarchical structure of succession.
That is the point. That is which
but
body?
He didn't do it.
No. Which body will avail him that information?
If he's been given a bad advice, must he accept that?
No.
Does he not? Excuse me. Does he not have an attorney general and commissioner for justice in the state who is a lawyer who will advise the governor appropriately?
That is what I'm coming to. When this happened, all of us, we know the truth. We read the dry letters of the law. The governor now wrote to NJC, this is what I have done. NJC recommended that he should appoint the Honorable Justice Ijeoma Agogo. And once it came, he did it. He implemented, the governor implemented it. He has appointed him in line with that NJC. So the question we are now talking about is this. It is the Judicial Service Committee of the state that failed in their responsibility. Because although they have the power under the same third schedule, part 2, to recommend to NJC on discipline of judicial officers, but they don't have the power to take laws into their hands. So when you look at it, you see that there are the governor.
Who has taken laws into its hands now with the retirement of Theophilus Nzoku?
No. On issue, no. That is on compassionate girl. Let me tell you this: the NJC as it is today is so fantastic under Honorable the Chief Justice of Nigeria. I must give it to her because we're experiencing a better system now where things are done well. Judges said, please, we must give it to them. Even mine is on a company, because if you look at the Code of Conduct for Judicial Officers, under paragraph, I think rule 3 or so, that's, they are looking at it, the punishment, they looked at it on that area. But also, looking at it from compassion, this is a man, Justice Theophilus Nzoku is a man who had been a magistrate. From the magistracy, he went to become the Chief Registrar of the High Court of Imo State till become a judge. He has more years to go, and this happened. The point I'm trying to make on that is that he did not present himself. He didn't remove anybody. So why people that did higher thing are given self-landing?
Maybe as a fraud examiner, you have to, do a rejig and send to the NJC. After all, you've extolled the virtues of the Chief Justice. Excuse me, of the Chief Justice of Nigeria. The fantastic regeneration in the Nigerian judicial system. Beautiful. So I think that's what
there's a point. There's a point I need to stress. Let me say this. The NJC has a power to discipline a judge. They also have a power to look at it on the second look, to see that the man, Justice Theophilus Nzoku, did not pray. That is the point. He did not falsify his age.
Why is the NJC or even the Imo State government not recommending, trial for those that falsified their age?
Every government has its own policies and style. As we speak, the governor appointed my Lord Justice Ijeoma Ogugwo, who is the most senior, according to that recommendation by NJC.
By the NJC,
We all are happy about that. But you see, people are still, that is a toxic behavior, writing petitions. I don't know why. Against the same woman whom NJC have cleared. Get the point. The whole thing become messier. But let me tell you one thing. I want to also commend the state government. Let me tell you what I'm observed now. Having faced the challenges the government faced from JSC, I think the government have also now disbanded, they have gone into all members of JSC. They have to go. He has to constitute a new JSC. He will also have a new Attorney General and a new acting Chief Justice has been appointed, and you will have a new system. Because I think the governor wants to rid the system of massive corruption, where cabal, a situation where a group of people constitute themselves into cabal and determines what happened.
When I said earlier, during the course of the interview, that you alleged so, you are coming back again.
No, I will come and situate it well where it belongs to.
Okay.
Because let me tell you, under this current government in Imo State, you cannot hijack anything.
Okay.
The governor of Imo State and the institutions of the state or predecessor, they are very in charge. That is why those who are corrupt are not having. I practice in Imo. I practice through this country.
As a fraud examiner.
Yeah, I do that. And
look, Okafor, let me thank you so very much for coming to shed light on the developments in the Imo State judiciary and the present happenings now. Thank you so very much.